Good morning and happy Storytime Sunday, everyone.
Yeah. So this morning, Kenzie got to go to Instacare with this little girl. Not so fun. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what happened.
It was kind of a traumatizing morning for both of us.
Yeah. Obviously she's feeling a little bit better now, which is great. But it was scary. It was a scary morning.
As you guys know, she's been sick the last couple days. But last night, she got really bad. We picked her up from my parents' house and she was just having... You okay?
Kind of cough.
Hard time
really
breathing.
Chest,
Fever.
heavy cough, yeah.
Hi. We put her playpen in our bedroom so she could sleep in here with us so that we could hear her and see her. Yep.
She wants to tell her own story.
But I could just tell she was uncomfortable. She couldn't, and I didn't know if it was because she was just miserable, but she couldn't get comfortable in her bed. Ooh. So I ended up moving her into her crib so she'd be more comfortable. And I slept on the floor in her bedroom for a couple hours. She could not fall asleep though. She was just whimpering and she couldn't breathe and she was coughing, and every time she coughed she would cry. You could just tell that it hurt her throat so bad when she would cough. And even though I had given her like Tylenol for her fever, she was still really warm. So neither one of us really slept last night. This morning though, in the middle of the night, I looked up to see when our closest urgent care opened and it was 8 a.m. So at 7:40, I had Cody help me get her ready and I took her to Park City to urgent care.
And I stayed home and took care of the 3 boys while they were gone.
When we got there, it was crazy because we got there like 8:15 and the place didn't even open till 8. And there was already like 20 people ahead of us waiting. And everyone was so sick, and so I was already nervous about her being in that waiting room. So we went to like the farthest corner where no one was near us, and I kept her in her car seat with the cover on the whole time. I did not want to get her out in that waiting room with so many sick people around us. Unfortunately, we ended up waiting for like over an hour to be seen, and she was just getting more and more miserable. I was holding her car seat and I was rocking her and bouncing her and playing peekaboo and trying everything I could to keep her happy. So you guys know she's such a happy baby.
Yeah, when she's sick, like normal people wouldn't even know unless they've known her. Like she just looks like she's happy as can be, but you know, we know her a little bit better and you can tell she wasn't herself really. Tears in her eyes.
Yeah, that was the worst part, was her eyes just running. So she just had big crocodile tears. And she would try to smile at me with just tears running down her face, and it was breaking my heart.
You are the best little girl ever. You know that?
So good. But they finally called her name, and we went back, and they checked her weight, and then they put the pulse ox on her to see what her oxygen level was, and it was 79. Immediately, that freaked me out, her oxygen being so low, and I don't think...
Scary.
Yeah, I don't think the nurse realized I knew what that meant, because she was just trying to keep me calm.
So what does it mean for people who don't know?
Your oxygen level is supposed to be high 90s, 97, 98, that's where they want your oxygen to be, and hers was 79, which is really low.
Really bad, yeah.
She checked it 4 or 5 times because she just wanted to make sure, and the final thing we got was 83. 83 was her oxygen level.
Which is still really low.
Super low. So they took us back to her room, and the doctor came in, and he listened to her lungs, and he listened to her heart, and he looked in her ears, and he talked to me, asked me a few questions, and then he said, you know, with her oxygen being so low, I would like to order some chest x-rays. And I also want to do an influenza test, which is like the swab in the nose. So he left. This whole time, she's just moaning and tears and coughing. Just breaking my heart the whole time.
Yeah, it's so sad seeing your kids sick. It's never fun at all.
So
you'd be in their place
in an instant. So an x-ray tech came and got us to do the chest x-ray, and the first one, they undressed her, and the first one she just had to lay flat on her back, and I had to hold her arms down, and she was already crying, which just that one of just being held down on the table and being naked when she has a fever and doesn't feel good. Her temperature was 104 degrees and her oxygen was 83, so super high temperature, really low oxygen level. So we got that first x-ray with her on her back, and then the x-ray tech said, okay, this one's going to be a little more difficult. Okay. She needs to lay on her left side with her arms extended together, and she probably won't like us holding her like that. So she tried to have me hold her like that on my own, but she was screaming and arching and trying to get out of it. So she actually went and got someone else to come help run the x-ray machine while she helped me hold her down. And I kind of lost it.
Yeah.
She's just in so much pain and so miserable, and we're holding her down on this x-ray table and she's screaming bloody murder, which is so not like her. She doesn't scream, like, ever.
Yeah,
ever. So that was hard for me, and then immediately after, another nurse came in and did the influenza test with the swab up her nose, and again, that made her so sad because they have to go kind of deep and swirl her around, so she didn't like that. But while we were waiting for the results, she fell asleep on me. I took a couple cute pictures, and that made me happy because she didn't sleep, like I said, all night. She was just tossing and turning and coughing.
She was so tired, but every time she'd fall asleep, she'd start coughing and wake herself up, and couldn't eat a whole lot because she was
No
so
appetite,
stuffed up and just couldn't breathe while she was drinking. She just has not had a good day.
No, so luckily the chest x-rays came back normal. Her oxygen level went up to 90, so they felt comfortable sending us home. Oh, honey, okay. You can tell that it hurts when she coughs.
Yeah.
But her influenza test came back negative. However, the doctor said that they're only about 70% sensitive, so it misses 3 out of 10 flu cases. And he was confident saying that he felt 99% sure that she has influenza. So even though the test came back negative, he wrote a prescription for Tamiflu, which we went and picked up. And that was a miracle in and of itself because the pharmacy, we only have one pharmacy open near us on Sundays, and it was the very last bottle of Tamiflu that they gave us. So hopefully no one else really needed one. I feel so bad, but I'm glad she was able to get one. So Cody took the boys to church when we got home, and me and Ken have just been hanging out, huh, girlfriend?
Yep.
We bought a new humidifier, so we've been steaming, huh, sis? And we got your first dose of medicine. They gave her Motrin too at urgent care, so she's not feverish right now, but we just gotta stay on top of it.
Yep, gotta get her feeling better. It's, like I said, no fun when your kids are sick. You would take their place in an instant. I hate days like this where you just, you know they don't feel good and there's not a whole lot you can do. No fun.
And she's still just okay.
Yeah, she's just like, you can tell. You can.
Sorry, honey.
Just a happy girl, huh? Yeah.
But sorry this isn't the most exciting Storytime Sunday. We obviously always want to bring like fun stories to you guys, but our girl needs us today, and she just needs us to stay in this bed and cuddle her and take care of her, so that's what we're gonna do.
Yep. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Okay, so it is now Monday morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning. So we woke up about 4 this morning to check on Kinlee, and our breathing was not doing so great. It was really shallow, really fast. So we decided that Kenzie will take her to the ER. It snowed about a foot this morning, but they made it safe to the ER. Her oxygen level is down to 77, which is not good. They're doing some more chest x-rays, but that's kind of where we're at right now. So we just wanted to give you an update, and if you could keep her in your prayers, that'd be great. But yeah, that's where we're at, and we'll keep you posted.